Hey guys and girls, and welcome to another pickup video. Today we've got some HD DVD films. I haven't had some of them for a little while, and a few bits and bobs that I've picked up over the last couple of days or so. So let's get going. Alright, first up we got a film starring Jodie Foster. I think this was super cheap because it's the only reason I picked it up. Well, HD DVDs are super cheap anyway, but I think this was super cheap, and that is The Brave One. I don't really know too much about this film, other than it's got Jodie Foster in it. I don't know, what it's about and everything, but reading the blurb at the back, it doesn't seem too bad, and it was stupid cheap anyway because it's HD DVD, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. Not much to lose. Right, next up, 75 pence. Couldn't turn this one down. I heard quite a lot about it, and that's 40-Year-Old Virgin. I quite like Steve Carell actually. I think I can't remember what it was that I've seen him in that made me laugh. I think it was Anchorman. I'm not sure, and I think he's in. I can't remember a lot of stuff that Steve Carell is in, I'm afraid. So yeah, that kind of sucks in a way. But yeah, a 40-Year-Old Virgin, and it's the triple XL version, so I wonder what that's got in store for me. I've heard it's actually really good. Right, next up, another film that I haven't seen, but it was a quid, so I thought fuck it. Miami Vice. I've seen Miami twice, the Only Fools and Horses feature, but I haven't seen Miami Vice, and when I bought this, because I bought 40-Year-Old Virgin at the same time, I thought it was quite funny because this has got Colin Farrell and that's got Steve Carell. I thought it was funny. So yeah, so that's three films I haven't seen. These next three films actually, spoiler alert, there's three left, I have seen. So yeah, The Polar Express, starring Tom Hanks as Tom Hanks. I reckon that was probably the stipulation actually, because in this film, Tom Hanks, he pretty much does look like himself, because those of you who don't know, this is actually an animated film, a CGI animated film, and Tom Hanks pretty much plays himself. He plays a version of himself that looks like him. I know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this film is actually pretty good. I enjoyed this. I think I watched it not last Christmas, but Christmas before. And like all HD DVDs, it was super cheap, so I bought it. Right, the next two films. I hadn't watched this series for the longest time until recently, so I decided to pick it up. And first one is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I've not read any of the books. I'm gonna lay that one out there right now. But I've watched the films, and to be honest, yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, I don't know, I felt kind of like the ending to Philosopher's Stone was kind of predictable a little bit. It was like, oh, yeah, so that's where it was headed, was it? Especially the point-giving system towards the end. I thought that was a bit, really? Okay, whatever. But yeah, Philosopher's Stone wasn't too bad. And alongside that, I got Chamber of Secrets as well. I can't remember what happens in this film. Hang on a minute. Yeah, Harry learns how to speak snake, or Harry can speak snake. Chamber of Secrets have been opened. I really can't remember too much about this. Wasn't this the film where Voldemort comes back in his young form? I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I like the Harry Potter series, but I can't say I'd go ape. I'm not like, oh my god, Harry Potter! Although I would like to visit Harry Potter World, which is somewhere nearby. Right, next up, we've got a handful of PC games and a couple of other games as well. So, this first PC game, only a quid, so I thought I'd pick it up. Crazy Taxi 3. I think this was cheaper than the Xbox version that I showed off a little while ago in a previous video. But, I like getting PC versions of certain games, Always interesting to see how they run on PC, and indeed how they run on my PC. Next up, I bought this for a quid from a charity shop, always helping out the charity shops. Lemmings Paintball. You can see at the back there, it's got an interesting series of screenshots, I certainly hope you saw that. But it's still sealed. And judging from this security protected seal, this probably either came from Game or HMV. judging by it probably came from the game, but who knows. Kind of weird version actually of Paintball or Lemmings, whichever. Next up, this game cost me 75p. I'm more than aware of the series, so you know, I thought, you know, what the hell, it may actually be a laugh. Theme Park Incorporated. I was umming and ahhing about this for a little while, and I thought to myself, fuck it, why not? It's theme park at the end of the day, or more specifically, looking at the graphics, it's kind of like another version of Theme Park World. Probably hasn't got the same guide in it, which is, but you never know, may have the same level of comedy. Right, next up, we got a couple of GameCube games and a PlayStation 2 game. Now, some of you may remember, probably, in a pickup video that I made years ago, that I picked up a certain horse racing Wii game. Well, I picked up the PlayStation 2 version. This one seems to be either older or newer, one or the other. G1 Jockey. 50 pence. There was no way I could turn that down. I don't know what it is about me and the G1 Jockey series. I haven't even played it yet. I haven't played this game, I haven't played the Wii game yet. And I bought that ages ago. I really must get around to that at some point. Right, next up, a couple of GameCube games. Our local CEX, it suddenly acquired another shelf load of GameCube games. So I had a little flick through and I decided these two games were probably the ones that were worth picking up, because the others were like, I already had them, they weren't worth it, they were fucking like sports games, they're like, they're about £1 a time. It's like, okay, never mind. And some of them, they were too expensive, so I'm like, yeah, fuck off. First one is Zoo Cube. The puzzle element to that looks kind of interesting, and it was only £2, so I thought, why not? It might actually be a hidden gem. And I kind of like puzzle games anyway. And lastly, I bought Outlaw Golf. I'm kind of hoping this is better than Mario Golf, because Mario Golf, as good as it is, I think it's kind of straightforward to play. But then again, I haven't really played that much. In fact, I'd only played, was it? I can't remember if it was a pickup video that I made a little while ago where I showed off Mario Golf. I think I played a few minutes of it on there, and that was pretty much it. So I'm kind of hoping Outlaw Golf is good. I mean, for £3, it might not be too bad. Right, a couple of extra bits that I completely forgot about in my last pickup video, which I'm going to highlight now. First one is a little accessory for the Game Boy Color, and that's a green spotlight. It was only £1 from a charity shop. I haven't had a chance to look inside it, and that's pretty much what it is. I don't know if it's any good. I mean, it might be. I mean, I'll say that again. I don't know if it's any good, but it might be. I mean, it's an LED light, I assume. So it might be alright, and the Game Boy Color, it needs as much light as it possibly can. And some of you might remember in the pickup video I did first time with this new format, that I picked up Brain Training 2. Well, I saw this in a charity shop. More Brain Training! So I now have the European version. Difference is, this was slightly more expensive, £3.50, but it's still sealed. And since I have the American version, I probably don't have much of a reason to open this. I mean, I think this has currency identifying puzzles, if I remember rightly. And obviously the, no, in fact, actually you can see it just there. I don't know how well guys are gonna make it out, and I apologise if you can't. Yeah, it's got pounds sterling in this, whereas obviously the North American version has dollars. But I don't think that's going to be a major difference. I don't think it's going to affect gameplay that much. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again.